Welcome, welcome. Pakioni here with co-host.
Sunny D will come.
And this is the Onigang podcast. Oh my god, I'm excited. I put that mic a little bit closer too. How you feeling, Zach? How you feeling, Sonny?
Pretty good.
Oh, got you. And you already got the topic for today, right?
Yeah, today we are going to be talking about, not to sound like, generic or anything, but anime and the mainstream. That's topic that always goes over well, doesn't it?
Every time, especially when it's overgeneralized. You make sure it's overgeneralized for best effects. But yeah, I remember you were just talking to me about that. And like one of the things that sparked this up was most definitely the most recent scandal to date when it comes to anime. And I feel like you know a little bit more about that than me.
Yeah, so this all started, if you don't know, the scandal that we're talking about is, we're just talking about this on the Trash Taste podcast.
Best boys.
It was essentially a streaming platform called AnimeTube, and it gets better. It essentially got started on Kickstarter.
Best place.
And it raised over $100,000 in under 24 hours, which I feel like there's so much to unpack with that alone. And what's funny about it is they were gonna have some of the most big name animes you can think of: Evangelion, Dragon Ball, One Piece. I think I even saw Demon Slayer and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in there.
Jesus Christ.
Any big anime you could think of would be on there, and of course I don't want to say the S word, but let's just say the motives for the Kickstarter were not genuine. Let's just say, and
they were very sus. That's the best S word we could come up with.
It was a little sus, to say the least.
Yeah, they were the imposter.
And basically, people just threw money into the void. But this whole situation, I feel like it could be just, like I said before, completely unpacked. It's just how anime fans think and behave, and just the fact that you kind of have to accept that anime is not underground anymore.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of behavior to unpack, like you said, like gatekeeping as one of them, and just disliking one another, the toxicities within communities, which is especially rampant within the anime community compared to any other community when it comes to cars, movies, dramas, even K-dramas, and they do not have as much drama or problems as the anime community can have.
It's weird though. I've never seen a community, a very generalized community, be as passionate as the anime community.
Or destructive.
Or that's an adjective. That's a great adjective to describe the anime community too. Destructive.
I feel like we could channel this much energy into so many other things. Instead of screaming opinions of damn, you know what I could use this to do? Get a job, pay my bills, get out of debt, conquer the planet, and back 4 times over is what the energy I feel from the community at times is. Yeah, we've also, as far as I've seen, it's weird enough, because I was also looking back on some of Giguk's older videos, which have some great points as well, such as, the sense of weird entitlement, anime fans have, since this was, again, definitely underground, starting up in the 80s and 90s, and even up to the early 2000s, even with the golden age of anime, or that type of time. But it's because it was so nowhere near mainstream until comics and Disney came into play with the expansion of the comic books, it just started including more and more people, and with more and more people came more and more different opinions. And that's also one of the things that's also been making it harder for more people to get into the anime community, because one, it's weird, and two, the people in it can be just as weird.
I mean, I'll be honest, like, you have such. Here's the thing, too. It's not like. When I look at the gaming community, there is like it is really toxic, but it's this toxicity that's kind of like similar, like universal. Like, you have trash talking, you have
The N-word. No, you don't see that here, though. Weirdly enough.
yeah, you have trash talking, you just have like gatekeeping. But with the anime community, it's just so varied. Like, take for example, like two of like the most like toxic fandoms in anime, My Hero Academia and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, two fan bases in the same community that are like, toxic in their own ways.
DBZ2, but can he be Goku though?
It can't be Goku. Oh my god! I completely forgot about that. Oh my god!
That thing still got me laughing every time. Yo, I saw Gojo, but can he be Goku though? I'm like,
I'm trying to enjoy this. I don't care.
Oh my god!
I don't care if Goku's a KD ratio. It's still not interesting to me.
Oh god! It's like, yeah, it's weirdly inclusive while at the same time trying to be more inviting in their own ways. I'm like, that's not how it works, though. It's just. Plus, we have like. Go ahead.
It's also the thing where anime is, even though it is becoming like, even though it is like a billion-dollar industry, it's a billion-dollar industry that has its own like weird identity to it, and because of that, it's not like, say, gaming where you have like the same stuff churned out every year.
Oh,
I mean, like, you have the Call of Duties, you have your Assassin's Creeds that basically people pick up and put down, like pick up, put down, like,
that's
you know,
it.
so move on to the next game. But with anime, like, it's so like, but anime is just so unique too. Like, you could like go from one series to another and get a totally different experience.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I feel like that's why people get so passionate about it, because there is a specific series out there that will, in one way or another, connect with you.
Yeah, because there's definitely like millions more opportunities when it comes to escapism compared to games at times, honestly. Yeah, you have the silent protagonist, but like a lot of the worlds are based off of one another and carbon copies. Yeah, we have that similar in anime with the isekai genre as a whole and some shonens, but it's always like so many different options to choose from, and it just gets out of hand and ridiculous too. It's like, wow. And there's always going to be that one anime for you, honestly.
Because I actually did read the first volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, yeah. Start T-posing. I'm just kidding.
No, you go like this. Yeah, JoJo. Yeah.
Gotta go back with it too.
You gotta go JoJo first. And even then, like, the first volume, like, it's completely. It's, like I said, just different from everything I've read before. Like, because I own the manga for Seven Deadly Sins, and Seven Deadly Sins is like JoJo and Seven Deadly Sins. Again, like, it's a unique series that you get like
yes
experiences with.
Yeah, or you could just swap from Berserk to Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm like, yeah, this is suffering, but they're two different types of suffering. Oh god, it's just, yeah. And I guess that just leads people to believe that because, oh yeah, it really is a hipster thing, honestly. Because anime is such a far removed medium that is so different from a lot of other mediums when it comes to like viewing or reading, like people like build like this sense of like entitlement towards it, and they're like, I'm different. And when people come in, it's like, like, I was talking to my boss about this question, honestly, since he's an avid anime fan, too. He said it was comparable to when the car industry and, like, what do you call it? The car community. And it was like, the words he used were interesting. The car community used to be more pure, and there was a lot more respect between people at times, too. Which I was like, that's an interesting way to put those words. Because I've seen that sort of thought process with a lot of fans too, where it's like it's not as pure as it used to be now because we're diluting it and having more opinions into it. Like, I guess again, the more something expands, the more different opinions will eventually come into. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
It's just I agree with that completely. Honestly, I would definitely. It's just yeah. How do I put this? When you have a lot of people, you're gonna get like a lot of opinions. You're gonna get a lot of opinions, and some of those opinions are gonna be good to maybe you or yourself. Some of those are gonna be like a shit take.
Yeah, because like you were saying, oh, go ahead, man.
I mean, just take a look at My Hero Academia.
I want.
You're getting war flashbacks. You are getting war flashbacks.
Yeah. Oof. Them underage girls and their opinions about My Hero. I'm like, yikes. Oh dear God. The whole shipping thing too is just really out of hand as well.
Shipping, shipping the whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember everyone was like collectively losing their shit when like Mineta was like confirmed to be like bi or something. Yeah, that's canon, by the way. I mean, I think it's canon. I just see people talking about it.
You know, people make shit up. They're like, it's happened in my head, so it must be real. That's what it sounds like to me.
You're hitting too close to home for me. that hit a little too close to home.
What? Oh God, Shane. But like moving from that subject on and stuff like that. Yeah, like we were saying, anime is big, but it's not mainstream yet. What do you think is keeping it from being mainstream?
I think it just doesn't have it just doesn't. I don't think it really has like the appeal of the mainstream. Like take for example, a big mainstream property like the Marvel movies, for example.
Disney.
Like Disney has found a way to make comic book, which are like this very niche genre, and like make it for everybody. However, many people do have this like complaint with like the Marvel movies that they become very stagnant.
Uh,
They can become very stagnant. They blend together and become like kind of boring. And it's really only recently that I kind of read a little bit that people are going like with the recent series like WandaVision and Loki on Disney Plus.
mm-hmm.
People are going like, oh, like man, like they're actually changing up the formula this time. And don't get wrong, I love the Marvel movies, but I can't deny the fact that they just completely just phase together at some point.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there watching a few of them. I'm like, this one seems similar to the last one, honestly. Huh. Like, the only ones that really stuck out to me were, like, Deadpool and, like, what is that one? Black Panther.
Yeah.
Deadpool, because that's just a good movie.
I mean, just take a look at the newest DC movies, The Suicide Squad. Like that's getting like so much attention, just for the fact that it's such a unique experience for a comic movie.
Yeah, like we do have anime movies hitting into theater, and they are breaking records, but they're not doing what like Marvel movies are, which is shattering everything in their path.
I think Endgame made over $2 billion.
Like I know Endgame, what do you call it? Infinity War, the Deadpool movies, and what was it called? Black Panther. Those movies, the money they made would make anybody shit their pants. Like Christ, any of those movies alone literally made Disney back way more money than they even thought to invest.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah. And anime is still nowhere near that level yet.
Yeah, even when like the Demon Slayer movie came out and like broke records, it's like it was pretty much like a drop in the bucket of like a big blockbuster we have like here in the West.
Yeah, because like, go ahead.
Take for like the Marvel movies and the Transformers movies, for example.
Transformers.
Like, say what you will about those movies, but they make money.
They
A
do.
lot of money. They made a lot of money, both domestically and overseas.
Like, there's
It's
no
just,
denying that.
and I think it's just the fact that anime is weird, and anime is weird.
He just had to say that. He just couldn't. He had to say it one more time for the boys in the back.
Anime is weird.
Yes.
Anime is unique. But you know what? That's what we love about it.
It's an
And
acquired taste.
it's a very acquired taste, and I don't think, unless, and I don't know what the Japanese mindset is, but I'm not really sure I'm not sure the Japanese really want to become like fully mainstream.
Yeah, they are a bit still a xenophobic country, regardless, even with the new trends coming in and them like having companies like take part, even creating social media accounts and like spreading it towards the West, which is a profitable market.
Yeah, I think a big example of that was the marketing for I think Resident Evil Village,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it I think it was the Western idea that when Lady Demetress like first came out, she became like, and like completely blew up around her.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the Japanese were like, wait, why is she so popular?
Okay.
However, like, however, it took some. I believe it took some encouragement from the Western division of like Capcom who made the game to go like like push the marketing with her. Like people love her. Like this is how we're gonna sell the game. And the Japanese come and like Capcom Japan was like, oh, okay.
They're just very fucking hard headed at times because, like, the Anime Man and a few like the podcast Trash Taste podcast had spoken about it. They still use printers and other things, and they don't even know how to use the freaking internet. Second off, they don't really use too much on social media. I see the Western versions of the companies pushing for that more than the Japanese version, which is very still interesting because I'm like, why haven't y'all adapted with the times? Like, that's what made it really hard for anime, especially back then. Because long ago, like maybe 10 or so years ago, give or take, I'm pretty sure you remember this, where there's like people were like saying anime was dying and stuff like that.
I wasn't. I didn't hear anime was dying. It's just
Like,
more the fact
it was declining.
I didn't really hear that at all.
Oh, for
I
real?
did know there was like this like very bad like stigma with anime, like oh you like anime, like oh you like the weird cartoons,
Oh,
like
yeah,
those weird
that
cartoons
too.
and things.
Yeah, it
Like
took.
if it wasn't like Dragon Ball or like Sailor Moon, like those were the big exceptions, or like even Pokemon for example,
And maybe
like
Naruto and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Naruto, like the big shows back then,
Yeah.
like if you didn't like those, like you were the weird person.
Yeah, hell. Even Inuyasha and Bleach were stretching it back then.
Yeah,
So it's like, ooh. Yeah, it's like, it's so weird to see the stigma for anime, like, slowly changing, but the stigma is somewhat still there, honestly.
yeah. It just take a look at like how Nintendo operates.
Yeah.
Like it's it frustrates me to no death for Nintendo. I love Nintendo. I love their games. I mean, I've I played like the Legend of Zelda, like Mario games, like multiple times. Like you can clearly tell, like I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but it's so hard to support them when they do like such like anti-consumer stuff, like shutting down like tournaments.
Oh, they did not
Like
give a fuck about Smash.
like shutting down tournaments, not wanting to like not giving a crap about like Smash being like a tournament being like tournament based stuff.
Yeah, especially with all the patches they make.
Like, and even then they have it. Even then, Nintendo Online still sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, and like what? It's been out for like what 2-3 years now.
Yay. Yay. Yay.
Like Nintendo, do better. Come on.
It's it's Japanese corporations that are taking so long to adapt, honestly. Like, it took them so freaking long, especially for anime studios, to really adapt and use like digital like works and like create an online presence. And when it comes to digital distribution, because they were for the longest time so hard trying to push for physical copies in an era where it was slowly like swapping into like digital, because you could just watch anime online. Hell, Back then, you could watch like YouTube, like anime on YouTube. Granted, being 1 or 2 parts. No, 2 or 3 parts. Oh, those were the fun days where you had to look for part 2 of episode 7 of Toradora, and you're like, "Yo, I can't watch the 3rd part without the 2nd part."
I think that's how I watched Death Note back in the day.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, "What?" So like it.
1 second. I have to pee real quick.
I got you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But right, timestamp 20 minutes. Oh yeah, Zach. Tomorrow I'm also gonna give you like the other mic I have as well.
The what?
Also, tomorrow I'm also gonna give you the other Blue Yeti and stuff like that. And Blue Snowball.
Oh, cool, sweet.
Yeah, that will work for the podcast too. Yeah. So, all right, 20.
Anyway, so where are we? Japanese companies and all that.
Hold on for a second. I'm just writing a timestamp. And 22 and a half. Yee. All right. Yeah, we were just talking about. Let's see. We were just talking about companies like how they take play when it comes to anime distribution and how like streaming services work now. Because oh dear God.
Yeah, because I think Crunchyroll, like Funimation, like try and convince like the Japanese companies to like, hey, go over stream, and they're like, no, no, like physical media, but like I don't. It's so frustrating. I don't see like the potential of streaming services.
Yeah.
I remember like people in Japan have said that like go like, wait, what's a streaming service? Like people have legitimately asked that.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then when they finally created like some streaming services and stuff like that, like Crunchyroll became really big. Hell, even creating their own anime, and then Funimation became bigger, and they had a conglomerate service, and with a lot of other services called VRV. Remember that?
Oh yeah, Verve.
Yeah, remember when Verve had Crunchyroll and Funimation on it?
Oh, those were the days.
Yo, my brother and me were just talking about that. We were like so happy back then because we only had to pay $10 for both services plus High Dive and the other anime service they had on there. We were like, we're set. And that's the worst part because companies can take play in this as well. We can't get all of our services, all of our anime on one service now because companies want to get a hand in it.
I think that since Sony now bought both Funimation and Crunchyroll,
yeah,
I think they're trying to like make a whole streaming service now.
Thank God, because like because I remember when they made the funny tweets and stuff like that to each other, Crunchyroll and Funimation, like Funimation's like they quoted their tweet, they're like, deep breath, and they said like Crunchyroll, be my Valentine, and Crunchyroll was like, yes. Me and my brother were like, yay! So it's always fun to see like how that works out as well. Not to mention the fact that Crunchyroll and Funimation are also commenting on people's videos and stuff like that, and they take a vested interest in like people's content around anime. Yeah, like I think that's actually really good marketing, honestly, on their part.
Because it's all about like it's. I think like Western companies like are like really like getting into the fact that oh like parasocial relationships on social media like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of that like that can drive a business. Like just take a look at like the Wendy's Twitter and like the Arby's
I
Twitter.
was about to bring up Wendy's and Arby's. I was about to bring them up. Oh my god, and creating their own characters. Like Crunchyroll has Hime now.
Is that the official mascot?
Yeah, they have the comics for that character too now.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
they're really going in on this.
they really are and stuff like that. And people love it. And we've gotten to the point now that you see commercials for anime on TV now.
You do?
Yeah.
I haven't watched like actual TV in a while though.
Yeah, which is hilarious because like my mom puts it on every now and then. I see it and she's like, "There's like GameStop has this gift card for Crunchyroll." I'm like, what?" I mean, GameStop is pretty much obsolete now, but I'm like, even then, I'm like, what? Anime on TV commercials? What is this?
What?
Yeah, I was just quite frankly caught off guard, and I think also which helped as well was the resurgence of Toonami.
Oh yeah, that was when that came back. That was a big thing.
That was the April Fools. They're like, it's just one time. Everybody's like, no, bring it back, bitch, bring it back. I was like, yeah, and then instead of like just streaming the older stuff, they're like, we'll stream the newest stuff, and we'll stream other things as well. Like hell, they even did Space Dandy dubbed before Japan got it subbed. Or in their language.
Wow.
Yeah. So like anime again getting pushed further closer to mainstream. Hell, Netflix is on it now too. They put like billions into anime.
Oh no, yeah. Like they really like Netflix like really is trying to like peddle like anime into their services.
They really are, man. That section's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, whoa. And the fact they got Evangelion.
And Demon Slayer on there.
I was like, what? How?
Yeah, no. They have both Evangelion and Demon Slayer on there. Like two franchises that are worth like over like millions of like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I know Evangelion's almost at $1 billion, if not just surpassed that. I'm like, and that's been in like, as a Trash Taste podcast said, like copyright and like other like hells and stuff like that to even get. It's been a bitch to get that series. So you know they had to put a pretty penny down for that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just thinking like right now it's also just an experimental phase for companies. But another thing that's pushing anime as well, I believe, is COVID. The C word.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers got nothing else to do. I met people that are like, COVID is the reason they started anime.
I think I was talking to some people earlier about how I think it was My Hero Academia. They're like, yeah, I didn't even like know. I didn't have any interest in anime, but I was looking for stuff to do during the whole lockdown.
Oh, you was lagging for a sec.
And then I went, oh, he was.
I think you lagged out entirely.
Like, anime. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They watched like My Hero Academia. I was like, oh.
You really is lagging out. Holy shit. I'm not taking this out at all.
Okay, said you're lagging on me now.
Alright, hold on for a sec. You think we should just end call and restart it? I still gotta stream going through.
No, you're fine now, I think.
I got you. Yeah, My Hero is like.
Yeah, and
Oh, we back to lagging out. What the hell? Discord.
basically they got into My Hero because they're one. I'm fine on my end.
Oh no! But yeah, I think it's starting to like connect back. Hold up, my PC overheating a bit. I don't think I'm good for the time being. Yeah. Well, where was? Yeah, My Hero was definitely the big one that started a lot of people off. It's definitely one of the new big three.
I think the big three now are Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and still One Piece.
Yeah, because One Piece ain't never gonna fucking end.
I guarantee you, when One Piece ends, like people are gonna weep.
I'm gonna be
People
like,
are going
yes,
weep.
yes, yes.
I've been watching that shit since like sophomore, like what is it, like freshman sophomore year of high school.
Oh my god! Like, yes, it's over, finally. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? It's gonna be over. I know this is possibly gonna be over exaggerated, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but when One Piece ends, there will be like some kind of ceremony to celebrate its legacy.
I mean, a dude named his kid after Naruto. After Naruto ended.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I guarantee that the end of One Piece is either the power of friendship was with you all along. I swear to God, there will be blood in the streets if that happens.
Yeah, no, I don't think Oda is gonna go that route.
Be like,
I trust him enough as a storyteller.
watch when it's like, One Piece is like, it's one piece out of the 6-piece McDonald's chicken nugget meal. Luffy's like, yeah! I'd be like, oh, hell no. Hell no.
You're like, I waited 15 freaking years for this shit.
I'm like, yeah! The journey continues onward. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Huh?
It's like, you don't know to get out of here.
Yeah.
Piss off.
But, like, what do you think could help, like, the anime community grow? Especially since we, like, a lot of us are, well, how do you say it? Hipsters.
I think I grow. That's a bit of a difficult question to answer, really, because do we want it to grow and become mainstream?
I remember Giguk asked the same question as well. I was like, honestly, it'd be interesting to see, like, regular TV, like, just seeing it on the regular and stuff like that way more often. I think it's definitely something I think everybody should experience at least once in their life. Like, the inspiration we've gotten through anime and manga, which has kept me alive for the longest time, like, should be something that should help inspire somebody else as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that.
Yeah, it's not like I don't want to gate you and go no people should want to watch it. It's just no. I would love to have more people to talk about anime with. It's just I don't want it to become stagnant.
Oh, okay. Like, and then it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah.
Ah, got you. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard part with any industry. As soon as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah.
I want a more unique experience. I want more stuff that's gonna give me that's gonna be like so unique to me. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like I guarantee that there's not gonna be another series like that ever again.
Yeah. Same with Berserk, Tokyo Ghoul, and like hell, even like some of the big three. There's gonna be similar series because they copy off of them, but they have just like created their own identity.
Yeah, I guarantee there's never gonna be a series like Dragon Ball again.
Oh God, I hope not.
I meant that in a good. I meant that in a good way.
If I see a Dragon Ball Z ripoff, I'm gonna be like, I'm done.
It's called God of High School.
Oh my God, that literally. I enjoy God of High School, though the original story, not the anime too much. The anime has great animation, but I'm like, eh. Y'all cut off the story, and it was covered in Crunchyroll and Webtoon like advertisement. Like even some of the background art was just like the Crunchyroll logo and Webtoon. I was like, okay, chill, guys. You're butchering a series that did not need to be butchered.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. To that too. It's yeah. That's also the negatives of like streaming services and stuff like that at times. They're like want to put their name on everything.
Yeah, it's just here's the thing. I'm not sure anime will ever become like fully mainstream. Like unless it can change itself completely. It's just rooting itself in just like this very like unique experience that you're never gonna get anywhere else.
Yeah, especially if you go to a con.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see that many like people dress up in these weird blue wigs and stuff like that. I'm Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. You're not gonna be like see somebody dress up as like some like anime girl that has their titty out, and then like you can see the people across the street of a convention being like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
Oh yeah, no. Like I think I've actually talked with people like that are outside the convention center, and I think I was like a normal person. I was like, "No, wait, what are you guys doing? What exactly are you guys doing over here?" And I just went, "It's an anime convention. We're dressing up and just having fun together." I'm like, okay.
Older people looking like, "Yo, they're with the devil, aren't they? That girl had horns on her costume. They must be doing them satanic rituals in there."
Unless you mean satanic rituals, just like shouting out memes, like T-posing on each other. Then
Oh,
yes.
dear God. Yeah, that is satanic in its own way. I swear to God, I go in, I'm like, ugh. Yeah. That be anime. And I feel like...
I go in.
Go ahead.
I count how many times I hear the word kawaii, sugoi, or zawado.
Jesus Christ, I'm like, I don't know. I know that's gonna be another episode where we just talk about like conventions as a whole, especially as an anime fan.
Yeah,
that one's gonna be a lot to unpack because that's a lot of experiences.
Oh yeah.
Good and bad, honestly speaking. But you have any other topics to add to this stuff?
Yeah. I want to talk a little about gaming too.
Oh, like how that's because anime is definitely hitting in the gaming scene too.
Yeah, like take Persona 5 for example.
Oh yeah, Persona. I love me Persona 5, especially Royal.
But
that was good.
Yeah. So, did you play anything interesting recently?
I want to get back to Persona 5 Royal again. I mean, outside of Apex, I was like, I need to finish off Persona 4 and Persona 3. I might emulate that on my PC most likely.
You have to get Persona 4 Gold off of Steam, but
yeah,
you should emulate Persona 3. Like,
yeah,
it's only available on the PS2.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, or PS3 like online store, or PS3 online store. So yeah, that's where I'm just like, oof. Yeah, but what were your ideas like on the whole how anime is affecting gaming?
I don't know. It's just, I still feel like gaming and anime are like two separate things. Like you do have anime-based games. It's just, but it's always been like I said. Plus, they're two completely different things to me.
Yeah, it's just like you see an anime game, you're like, oh, but you never really like let it click in your mind, like, oh, this is definitely gaming and stuff like that. It's just like it feels like its own thing at times, honestly.
Yeah, it's just playing Persona 5 for the first time. I was like, oh my god, that's like playing an anime game, and it just felt like a game to me, honestly. But I will say, like, a lot of like games based off like popular anime franchises kind of suck.
Yes.
Take Jump Force for example.
Dear God. Dear God. I was like, bruh. I would only get that game just so I can play like, I don't know, the Yu-Gi-Oh characters. I'm like, bruh, Kaiba and Yugi are characters? What the hell? I've never seen a game ever do that before, but sure, I fucks with it.
I would love to play a fighting game as Zoro, but I don't think it's not worth just like wasting my money on like something like Jump Force.
Yeah, just like you just get like
That's
10 minutes out of the gameplay, and you're like, I'm done.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just.
Don't get me wrong, I love my boy Zoro, but sorry, man, I gotta look out for myself sometimes.
I gotta go my own way. What about us? I'm sorry. That's what Zoro says to you afterwards. He's like, what about everything we've been through? I'm done. I'm sorry. I just had to do that.
I don't think you would care.
Yeah, he'd be like, I don't really care. I'm just lost looking for my way home.
That fits so well. You don't even know. You don't even know.
Bro, I'm reading One Piece. I'm literally on Sanji's arc right now in the Cake Island. Like, I'm right there right now. I'm behind, yes. Yeah, but I've seen him get lost. And I mean lost. But yeah, I think I've finished up all the ideas I personally have for the topic at hand.
But yeah. Also, I also did finish my 4th playthrough of Resident Evil Village.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I don't think I'm even done with that game yet. There's still like a weapon I want to upgrade. I still want to like play in hardcore mode and like the hardest difficulty mode. There's also like a bonus mode, so I'm probably not done with that game.
Yeah, because I do want to do a podcast about Resident Evil 7 and 8 because that's Ethan's entire journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
We got to play 7 together.
Yeah, we definitely will soon enough, as is. Yeah.
It's gritty. It's really gritty.
Yeah, like that man gets fucked so many times in both games. I feel bad.
No, yeah.
I'm just like, bruh. He's like, for my wife and child. I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm like, there's so much to unpack.
You're a stronger man than I, Ethan.
Yeah, you are definitely stronger than the both of us put together. I'm like, because you could take an ass whooping and be like, I still love them. I'm like, I love them, but to a certain extent. That's as far as I go. Yeah, but I'm thinking like next podcast episode we're gonna talk about like the whole convention idea, since we're also planning for that too.
Oh no, we can definitely do that.
Got you. But like that's all for this episode. You got any closing thoughts?
Yeah. People in the anime community, chill out and don't gatekeep. That's my advice for the day. That's your advice for your Uncle Sonny.
Yeah, and my closing thoughts are, yeah, you may not like companies and what they do at times, but like paying for like a service that's too good to be true. Yeah, and also, there's no need to build such an entitlement towards this thing. Yeah, it's like, you feel like it's becoming more diluted with more people in it, but that's just as good as it is bad, because the more people that watch and pay towards these things, the more you get better anime and better anime quality. Like, you're pushing forward, like, a medium that's already been, like, shoved to the side by many people. You don't want to be judged for watching it and stuff like that, so allow more people in to realize, hey, this is the good stuff, man. This is better than drugs. I swear, I put more money in that than a lot of drug dealers, like people buying drugs, and I was like, yeah, those are my drugs right there.
Oh, I can already see it. I feel like I'm gonna spend so much money on JoJo related stuff.
Oh my god, I got so many other series I need to complete now too.
I can see it now, because
I'm exhausted.
Shit. Oh my god. I can definitely see it now. Like, I'm just gonna be spending all my money on like JoJo stuff.
Yes.
Because I already want to read the next volume of the manga.
Yes. Join the JoJo. Become one with the JoJo.
Become one with the JoJo. I'm gonna become a filthy JoJo fan.
I'm gonna be your sidekick in every like series you cosplay as.
Let's see. So, until I read like I want to cosplay Josuke from Part 4.
I got you.
But I want to read the story first to see if I want. But I want to read the story first for like context wise.
Smart idea.
But I could be like I could be Jotaro, and you could be like Muhammad Abdul.
Yeah. Yeah, they do cool as hell. Cool. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Next episode is definitely gonna be about the whole convention thing, and that's gonna be a much longer video, I think, honestly, because there's way more to unpack for that one, honestly, because that's not as generalized as this one, honestly. So all I can say is I'm Pakioni,
I'm Sunny D. Wukong.
and we're signing off.
Good
Peace.
night.